I know that's a big thing in the Pokemon world, is like not even Jake Paul or Logan Paul or whoever level guys, but you'll see posts online and the guys are always getting flamed by like fans of whatever franchise, Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, whatever. Mostly I see it with Pokemon, where it'll be like some 46-year-old guy will go to like 5 different Walmarts and 10 different Targets, and he'll spend thousands and thousands of dollars buying up every single box of cards, and then take a picture like of the back of his truck and be like, big haul today. And everyone online is like, fuck you. This is supposed to be for children. And he's like, get good. And then I'm selling all this online. So it's like, I can't even really be that mad because he's taking advantage of this to make money, but it doesn't feel very sporting.
He bought first edition booster boxes, 6 boxes for $2 million. With 36 packs each. And then, of course, he bought that one Pikachu Illustrator card for $5.275 million. I guess might as well say it when it's that much fucking money.
He's a lot more money than that.
Did you hear how he sold that one?
Mm-mm.
I don't want to get it wrong and I don't want to get sued, but it's my understanding he bought that card and then he sold like fractions of it. Would you like to own 0.1% of this card? Would you like to own 0.2% of it? And everyone bought these like fractions of that card. And then he actually sold the card and told everyone to suck a dick who bought a fraction of it.
Oh my.
I hope I'm right on that. I didn't get it wrong, but I think that's about right.
How would that even work? How would you buy fractions of a Pokemon
You could buy it as an investment if you stated a sale date or something in the future, and they'd be buying equity in the card, and then they'd be paid out. It'd be a way to finance a big card buy.
Well, and that happens in a variety of industries. Masterworks does it for art. So if you can't buy a Picasso, then you can buy 1% of one. Or if you can't buy a T-Rex skeleton, you can buy 1% of one. And so they've done that in the automotive space. There's a company called Rally. It used to be Rally Road that would let you do this. And again, it was just their timing could not have been better in terms of identifying the right kinds of cars to go up in value. So they closed out about half of their cars, I think, in the last couple of years at a meaningful, 100% plus return over multiple years. But there is a specific SEC classification for fractionalizing ownership so that everything has to have its own entity and there are shares transacted so that you can't just say, well, I'm just going to sell this thing and you guys have no input.
Perhaps
he paid them their dividends after the big sale of the car.
Oh, really?
I'm saying perhaps.
Yeah,
arose when he bought back ownership of the card, and investors who held those fractions reported not receiving their fair share of the proceeds.
Oh, so he may have had an option to buy them back at a fixed price, and he decided that the true value of the card was beyond that price. So it was potentially.
Well, as an investor, you would read that contract, and you would know that was basically a cap on your earnings potential.
Yeah,
it's not even a cap, right? Just a denial. Like,
well, it would be a cap.
I'll hold on your money, and then if it's ever worth 15, I'll just give you your 10 back, and you suck dick.
Well, no, I'm sure he gave them more than their 10 back. He gave them their equity.
How are you so sure?
Point. Well, that's what we're describing. I don't know what he did, but he hasn't been sued and hasn't been forced to pay the money out. So I would imagine that.
LM has advised that unclaimed funds have been released and can now be withdrawn. Liquid marketplace.
I don't know what to read from that necessarily.
Yeah, I don't know. He got a lot of people were mad at him for screwing everybody over. Maybe he made it good in the end. I don't know.
I mean, it seems like what Ed's saying makes the most sense, that there was an option in there to buy it back. And
there was a real business model there. The most kind of well-known appreciation cars have always been the Ferrari supercars. So the 288, GTO, F40, F50, Enzo, LaFerrari. And those have always had a good track record as kind of a blue chip go up in value because they would sort of entitle you to to get allocated the next car. So as they come out about every 10 years. And so I had pitched an idea similar to this kind of before Rally got traction to a wealthy local owner. Said, hey, at the time we could have bought all 5 of them for about $5 million. And, an Enzo just sold for 18, just one of them. But so it would have worked. But at the same time, you're talking about managing a lot of stakeholders. And that was the issue for Rally, is that the transactional velocity was never very high. So if you looked at the day-to-day values of shares, it was a third or half of what the car was really worth because there wasn't any secondary demand to remarket the shares. You did well if you held till the end, but if you ever wanted your capital out, it was very, very illiquid. But it's a space that does make some sense because people can't buy the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. It's just so weird.
It seems like he bought everyone out of their position. I don't understand if he gave them their original entry amount or if he gave them that amount plus some sort of capped profit margin. But either way, it seems like he followed like the policy of the website and everything was on the up and up, even if it upset people.
This isn't even a cool looking pumpkin.
You know the actor that plays Furio in Sopranos?
I know what you
you might know this story, but he was at an auction and he saw a painting that was misidentified, and it was, I think, $67,000. He buys the painting, he takes it to a new appraiser, and they're like, "Oh, this is a work of the great master. This is a $10 million painting." So he sells everything for 10.
But then when you consider that so many paintings and art are just like over evaluated as a kind of tax scam, I'm like, I wonder what happened there. It sounds so mobby, the fact that he played a mobster in The Sopranos. I'm like, what happened here? How did this work out?
It is mobby how the art world works.
Sebastian by Italian Baroque master Guercino, and it was appraised at roughly $10 million. A lost great work of art that has been found.
Does it look good? Is it a good painting?
It's
guy with the apple.
It's because I'm more okay with the fraud if it's a good painting than like I bought red stripe, like and it's just a red stripe, like just
I bought white canvas.
Here,
I think it is a good painting.
Link it. I want to see if this is a good painting. Yeah, that's a good painting. That's a real deal painting.
I mean, I guess I don't have an appreciation for these things. It looks like it lacks detail to me.
Was that supposed to be a saint? I think I read it already, but I've already forgotten who that's supposed to be. Saint Sebastian. I don't know who Saint Sebastian is, but I guarantee he got filled with arrows and like never renounced his. I think I saw this in a Vikings TV show. I think that he like prayed to God and he survived like a whole bunch of arrows. And then the Viking is like, and he lived? Well, no, then they beat him to death with a club.
Can you pull that back up, Zach? Somehow that painting, if you told me it was a $10 million work of art by a great master, I'm like, okay, that is kind of what great master. If you told me your sister-in-law painted that and then she's getting pretty good, I'd also be like, yeah. I mean, the face is a little weird, but everyone struggles.
She should work on her background, but she's sitting there.
That would be so fun. The face is a little weird, but everybody struggles with that, sweetheart.
She's a little smudgy.
Right? Like
I don't know. Something about this.
Maybe if you saw it in real life, the brush strokes are like so tiny, like pixels, that you can appreciate the.
Your sister-in-law kind of phoned in everything but the person, but okay.
Really heavy lighting on the oblique, but
she really took time on those cum gutters. I noticed that sister of yours is
he's fit.
A rotten apple.
She knows what she likes.
I don't know. Something about the
trees and sky.
The subject's yearning face looks like how the people in great art look, and so I'd be like,
to God for help.
Yeah, but look at his yearning face. That's very much old art, right?
His yearning face.
His yearning face, or his
flexing his culture on us here.
I need to make this full screen.
It doesn't even. You know, really, the critique would be he should be more anguished.
Yeah, I don't know if he's aware that he's been shot by 2 arrows.
If I were shot by 2 arrows, I would cry.
Oh, here's this guy's story. All right, so this is.
I look like that when I'm hungry.
So again, this is Saint Sebastian. He was initially tied to a post or tree and shot with arrows, and though this did not kill him, he was, according to tradition, rescued and healed by Irene of Rome, which became a popular subject in 17th century painting. In all versions of the story, shortly after his recovery, he went to Diocletian to warn him about his sins, and as a result, he was clubbed to death. He is venerated in Catholic Church and the Orthodox Church as the patron saint of athletics, archery, and plagues.
The patron saint of athletics.
It's better than plague.
See, that's why he's jacked. That's why he's like fit.
Jacked. This guy
Not
would be
jacked fit.
below average on the Ocean City Beach Patrol. He can't be the patron saint of athletics.
I bet he can run for days. Maybe that's his thing. Maybe he's like a marathon guy.
How many arrows could you take?
Oh, like so few. I would throw such a tantrum.
I die on the first one.
Yeah, I can take one. I don't get shot with a fucking arrow.
It's interesting that I don't remember a ton about Diocletian, but I seem to remember he played for keeps. And so going to him and being like, you're full of sin, he probably saw that there was a possibility that would go really poorly. It did go poorly, but
Right.
yeah.
It's not friendly advice.
Yeah. There were like how many emperors were there that would have been tight with that? That would have been like, oh, thanks for stopping by. Like Marcus Aurelius.
That was definitely during the Christian persecution times.
Yeah, that was pre-Constantine.
That's why they were shooting him with the arrows.
Actually, was this pre-Constantine?
Yeah.
Yes, it was pre-Constantine. Otherwise, he would have been out of line.
Yeah, they flipped the script on that.